Your name is your name is Thomas.
My name is Tomas. How you doing?
What makes a beautiful life, Thomas?
What makes a beautiful life? The basic for me, I think, is doing what I like, what I love to do, surrounded by the people I love. But I feel like if you don't have that, in my point of view, you will not be really happy or fulfilled or grateful.
Do you think, as a traveler, you sometimes struggle to do those things? You know, to do the things you love, but sometimes you're not with the people you love. But I guess if you love yourself and you enjoy your own company, then you're still technically...
Yeah, that's true. But I realized traveling that I like to find a group of people or make a group of friends. That's probably the hardest time for me is the beginning of the trip or moving to a new, not the trip, because doing a short trip, you know that you're gonna be in a place that probably with people that you're not gonna see anymore later, right? But if I'm moving to a new country and thinking about living at least 1 year, let's say in there, like a working holiday or something like that, I try to gather with people, I can share things and feel like I'm at home somehow. It happens to me at the beginning, like probably at the beginning of my experience traveling. Like I didn't know why I was not feeling that good, and then I realized that once I found a group of people and I was feeling like, fuck, this is my family now, things changed a lot. That's how I came up with this conclusion. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know what else can I add to the...
No, that's it. That's it.
That's it?
A few moments later.
The other day came to me the thinking of like, when was the last time you learned something new that makes you feel excited? Like, and that's also part of happiness. Like,
Yeah.
not knowing what you're gonna discover that you like, and you're gonna get into it so excited and start to learn about and research and do. And what you like is not something you already know all the time. It's something that you might discover in the future.
Yeah.
And learning things, new things, discovering, is something that keeps you active, keeps you happy somehow.
But
or
that's...
excited or with the willing of go to that and explore it and do it. And
I think if you love finding new things to love,
yeah.
then you're already fulfilling that, you know?
Yeah, the other phase is also like in this searching, you might find a lot of things that you don't like. It's like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
why the fuck is start doing this?
Yeah.
And that's the other phase of it. Like, but it's part of being conscious that can happen.
Yes.
Sometimes you might find something you like, sometimes you might find something that you dislike, and you have to go through it. It's like, okay, fuck it. Probably this was not for me, but at least I tried.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm thinking about something I read a couple of months ago. There was like this really long-term social experiment. They took people like since they were born till like it took like I think like 80 years or something.
I'm familiar with the experiment.
And about who was more happy and healthy and that, right?
Yes.
It was this one.
Yeah.
And they were saying that the happiest or healthier were the ones surrounded by a strong familiar connection and friends and stuff like that.
Editing Anna here. So the study that Thomas and I were talking about is the Harvard study of adult development. And this began in 1938 and is perhaps the longest study of the same group of people. They took Harvard sophomores and a group of boys from Boston in really disadvantaged areas and studied them throughout their lives. This was done through questionnaires, interviews, they even took brain scans and medical records, just to name a few methods. The huge message that they gathered from all of this data was that good relationships and good connections help us live happier and healthier lives. Those who were more isolated were less happy, their health and brain function declined earlier, and ultimately lived shorter lives. Loneliness does kill. Genuine human connection, regardless of how many people that may be, regardless of if you're introverted or extroverted, your good relationships will help you live longer. This has been backed up by other studies as well. That study, by the way, now has over 2,000 participants, children of the original men, and over half of these are women.
And that, when I heard about that, it was just like, yeah, of course, that makes so much sense, right?
So I want to say that I stole a bit the idea of my initial answer from there.
Yeah.
But because I realized that it was making sense for me, and I took it like
Yeah,
myself.
I recently watched a video talking about the importance of friendship, basically. That you would always say to your friends, like, oh, I'm really sorry, we can't come to that lunch that we planned because I've actually got a meeting at work. You would never say to work, oh, sorry, I can't come to that meeting because I've got a lunch that I planned with my friends.
Yeah.
Even though, what's more important, work or your friendships? That study literally showed you just how important your friendships are, and how it's just so mad in this day and age that we would take work over our relationships a lot of the time.
I mean, and also at the same point, we are what we are. We are a consequence of the people we choose to be around us. Right?
Yeah.
Especially now that you mentioned in this era, the times we live. I feel like it's a pretty individual moment. Everybody's talking about the success or the way of developing yourself, and then there's all these things about meditation and how to be in peace with yourself and stuff like that. But nobody was really talking about the social connection. Always about yourself, myself, or like individuals, not as a social thing anymore. Which we need. We need to be in touch. We need to be connected.
Yeah.
We have more connection, but we are more disconnected now.
Yeah, right? Exactly. I have friends, like, that I've literally known since I was born. I repeatedly tell them, like, I don't think I could leave the UK and travel the world without knowing wherever I go I have your love and I have your support. Because I could go to a country and I could not meet anyone, but that doesn't mean that I'm alone, because I have these girls back at home that are loving me and that I have such a strong connection with and such a long, big friendship with. To not have that would be fucking terrifying, because you can make friends with people, but you never know if those friendships are gonna last.
And it's something that happens really often when traveling.
Yeah, it really is.
You will be the best person with that person during the trip and everything, but then you know if you're really gonna see each other again. So
Yeah.
to know that you have someone to lean on somewhere in the world, even if it's thousands of k's away, it's a relief.
It's a relief. It's a relief.